What's happening, Colleen? What's up, 2JZ? Wow, 2JZ and an Evo? That all-wheel drive system? Wow. That thing's got a rev to the moon. I like to play with the Toyota V8. I've never seen one personally. What's happening, Colleen? How's Half Pint? How's Damien? How are you? Was working on shop truck again. The driver's side front tire has I like Ma better. All right, Ma. So working on shop truck and right front tire or driver's side front tire. Oh yeah, I remember you. You're Evo McGee. I'll bet. That's the Evo. And the tire was always had a slow leak, and the tire was seriously weather checked, but it just needs to hold air around the yard. And I plugged it 3 times, and I couldn't get the son of a gun to seal. And I'm not going to take it to the local tire shop because around here, to take it off the rim, patch it, and put it back together and balance it again, it's going to be like 20-25 bucks, which not so bad if dog's playing ball with me. Not so bad if it's road going, but it's just going to sit in my driveway and for the time being till I get the power plant in it. So it just needs to hold air. And yeah, it's so bad off. Tried 3 times putting a gummy worm patch in it. And yeah. Oh, and I spilled probably a quarter of a quart of rubber cement down in the basement. That made me really happy. I cleaned it all up though. But yeah, that was a real great time. So luckily for me, my friend worked at the did you try using 2 patches at once? Like I'm using plugs. I'm using the old gummy worms, the rope. And I got rubber cement in like a pint can, and I just went. No, I have not tried 2 at once. I don't know how I would hook 2 on with the jaw of the install tool, but I'm not opposed to trying. On another tire, this thing's had it. So yeah, luckily for me, a friend of mine, Marcus, what's happening? Luckily for me, a friend of mine used to work at a pick-apart yard, and he got a beautiful set of almost new 15-inch truck tires. And he called me, he said, you better come get them right now for this. They're on sale for this. You better hurry your ass up in here and buy these for this. I was there within the hour. And so I got a set of tires, a nice match set. And so I'm going to take one of those and throw it on because I've got it. Try using 2 at once. All right, I'll give it a shot. Evo. It's tricky, but I've done it. Yeah, the thing that I hate is you install the dadgum thing, and then you can't unhook it. And then you pull it right the flip back out, and it's like, what's going on? You put it back in, and you can't unhook it, and you pull it back out. That's what I had, and then the glue's setting on you, and my dog keeps trying to make me play ball with her. So yeah, I gotta go. Gonna go see my friend Freckle. He's got his own tire changer, and we use Dynabeads instead of wheel weights to balance the tires. And those Dynabeads are great. We've been using them in motorcycles for years, and it balances the tires centrifugally. It's great. Got to rip it real hard out. Oh, like super hard and quick. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Okay, I get what you're saying now. What's the word? Oh, book 'em. Book 'em, Colleen. Yes, book 'em. The word is book 'em. My name is Doug, aka Dougster. What's happening, Eric? Hendra, what's happening? Welcome to Dougster Wolverine Garage, where we talk about everything and nothing all at the same time. I call it boldly going nowhere. So, decided I was going to. Oh, the local pick-apart yard has a 1990 Dodge. Hey, Hendra. Local pick-apart yard has a 90 Dodge four-wheel drive long box in there, like a charcoal gray, and she is. I'm from Michigan, USA. Ah, my Mexican connection is here. Excellent. Welcome, Mex. Good to see you. And been hitting that. It has snowed already, but nothing really accumulating because of the ground's still hot. Too much heat in the ground. And like my birthday's in a couple weeks, and it's usually like it is. It's still green out, and it got like a high of like 45 today. But yeah, tis the season. So picking parts off of that 90 Dodge, and I'm contemplating going and getting the front bumper off of it, and because it's straight. And Feder, yo, yo, yo. My buddy Blair, he's got an 83 C10. Yeah, 83 two-wheel drive C10. And it had a high compression 283 in it that just didn't run right. And then he swapped that for a 305. And then the 305 ended up having a rod knock that we didn't hear because we had open manifolds. And I'm pretty upset about that one because I have it on video and I replay it and you can hear the thing knocking bad. It's like, how did we all miss it? But anyways, so not that long ago he got a short block for $25, a case of beer, guys. And we cleaned it up and we took the 305 heads and swapped them onto the small block Chevy. It's a 350 out of a Corvette. It's got flat top pistons with valve reliefs in them. And I mean, the piston is just a skosh down in the hole from top dead center. And closed chamber heads, the 305 heads are closed chamber. So I think this thing's going to have some serious squeeze. Like I'm hoping for like 9.5 to 1. Maybe 10. Colleen is back. Excelente. We missed you. And so yeah, she's already test chooched, no knocks. And we, as of last night, got it stuffed into the truck again. This truck hasn't ran under its own power in almost 2 years. So, Milo, yo, what's up? And so yeah, sounds like Black Friday. We're all going back and we're going to dogpile on that truck and get it running. The goal is to hear the thunder by the key. Maybe he needs a bicycle. Yes. Yeah, he needs a bicycle. Well, the funny, the sad, well, I won't even talk about that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what that 350 is going to be like. The 350, pretty clean. Sat. It was rerun. I think it was rerun. I didn't look in the bottom end. I worked on the top end. And we cleaned everything out, wiped everything out, got the dirt out of everything. And it's got a lot of vertical scratching, deep vertical scratching in the cylinder bores. But you can tell that it got a hell of a hone job. And then there's no ring ridge at the top of the cylinder, which I think is interesting. I would have an electric car, but they are against my religion. Amen. Preach the gospel, Brother Max. Yes, I agree. Electric cars have no soul. Yes. Oh, Cousin Mike. Cousin Mike just threw a limited slip unit into his Ford pickup project, and so awesome. I hope it's working out just great. Faith, what's happening? And I guess that Ford pickup is destined to have a 429 Ford stuffed in it. That's going to be a spicy pickup. Did some two-wheel peels. I sure hope so. Or what kind of wheels are on that Ford? Are those ETs, the actual ET spokes? They could be vectors, turbines, ETs. There was an appliance. God, there was a Fenton's. There's a lot of wheel manufacturers from back in the day. Interested in an 87 Target Top Supra that is LS swapped. $6,000. I hope that LS. I hope that thing better fly with the LS in it. Not sure. My brother gave them to me. Illinois, the land of Lincoln. When I go to No Name Nationals, I drive all the way across the state of Illinois, all the way down I-57. Not feeling well. Will feel better. It's raining and snowing, says dope ass Braden. I love some turbine wheels. I do too. But turbines are good. But I prefer slots better. You can't go wrong with slot wheels. You just can't go wrong with slot wheels. Apollo slots is where it's at, man. Used to watch Marketplace and always looking for slot wheels, always finding good deals until you realize that they're wide ones too, 8s and 10s. Well, just what I'm looking for. 14-inch Unilug. Yeah, not going to be doing that. Getting 1 to 3 inches of snow today until Thursday. Wow. Sometimes that's us. Playing ball with the dog. So, check this out. A few weeks ago, went with Dutch guy's garage, and we went to the Top Secret junkyard, and we got parts for his swept line Dodge. We ended up pulling off a front bumper off of a 69 or a 68 Dodge D200, and then I went through and picked a couple other pieces. Aha. Book 'em. Yes, 2 more days of work until holiday. Old Turbsky Tom has got it hit right on the nose. So I ended up going to a 62 or a 63 Dodge Dart. I don't remember. I think it's a Dart. Anyways, and I got the Fratzog off of the grill. This is the centerpiece of the grill, and it actually sits away from the grill. Well, I got bored today and I polished it with steel wool. Don't you look pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Yep, do. Look, that look good on your desk. It's a Fratzog, which is a made-up word by the Chrysler Corporation. Pentastar is a made-up word by the Chrysler Corporation. Yeah. For whatever reason, it's a forward look Dodge, and it's like the end of forward look. And it's got the forward look windshield in it. And you know how your memory plays tricks on you? And you're like, man, that thing was really solid and nice. So I had to go check it out, and yeah, she was a rusty pile, like everything else that's there at that yard. Wealth of parts, though. Has a big block in it, probably a 361. Had 4-bolt valve covers on it, but it sat with the hood up for so long that the hood, where the hood hinge bolts to the hood itself, rusted off, and the hood closed itself. So, yeah. Do you know the difference between removing a poster or Thanks, Evo. Motor is a made-up word by GM. It's an engine. I agree. I get myself caught up in it too. But motor can also be driving, like Minnie. That's motor. Go down the motorway. Why do Americans drive on the left-hand side of the car versus the right-hand side, like the English do? Well, back in the day of horse and buggy, the driver of the wagon sat on the right. And it was said so one could keep his sword hand free. And then it just took over to right-hand drive in Europe. And when the Americans did it, we put it on the left-hand side as a big FU to the English. True story. That's why we have a left side steering. What am I drinking? I am drinking dihydrogen monoxide. Book 'em, Dano. Thanks, Max. Dihydrogen monoxide is a fancy way of saying water. I got some great folks here. Blue Wrench Brigade. Remember, when you get a wrench from the Dougster, they're Blue Point tools always. So after Christmas, I'm hoping to, I'm way more high class than that, Evo. Oh, Saul Rosenberg. Hello, Saul. You got Saul on the radio. Nice. Nice sailboat. Kelly, what's going on? Thank you, Kelly. Did you see those podium one race simulators that are almost 100 grand a pop? Wow. Me and all my friends got this harebrained idea that we were going to we had in 99 this big mall got put in our area, and it's been a long time since I listened to Jerky Boys. Well, they had a NASCAR simulator in there, and that was actually pretty cool. It was expensive as frig, and we had the bright idea that we were going to start racing there. We did it like once or twice, liked it, and then read about League, where you could actually go once a week and go race League for points and whatever. We got the harebrained idea that we were going to go do that, and yeah, that was a big waste of money. You got a brain freeze? That's for you, not for me. Yeah, I mean, crap. I think I remember listening. Yeah, we were listening to Jerky Boys on cassettes in my friend's truck. That's how long ago I was listening to Jerky Boys. Book 'em. Book 'em. Yeah, they're popping out tonight. Any of you still have vinyls and still listen to on a new updated record player? Why would you want to use a new updated record player, Dope Ass Braden? You need to get a fine working quality vintage record player to play your vinyl, like a Technics T1000 or all the way up to a Goldmund, which will cost you like your firstborn child. That's millionaire stuff. Yes, older quality built turntables are always going to be better. I have two turntables. I have definitely book them. Favorite food? Um, hmm. Believe it or not. Love a good steak. Steak and taters. Where is he going to get cash like that for the record player? A good quality turntable doesn't always have to be expensive. And there's enough of the little resale shops where you can find a quality unit, do your research, find a quality unit, and buy it. And I mean, you don't have to go out and seek out the pinnacle of turntables, but buy a quality one, a name you know, like Kenwood or Sony or Pioneer or Sansui. I recommend Sansui or Nakamichi or Macintosh if you can afford that. Macintosh is made in the USA and very expensive. Fisher rack. My dad had a Fisher rack. So Dope Ass Braden's talking about records. Be right back. I'm gonna grab a couple. I got like 300 of them. Probably over. All right, I got two selections for you. All right, everybody who wants to party. That's right, everyone. We're going to do some Huey Lewis in the News. That's right, everyone. Huey Lewis in the News with such hits as Power of Love and I Want a New Drug. And then after Huey Lewis in the News, we're going to do a little bit of Humble Pie. Humble Pie with their big hit, 30 Days in the Hole. And that's just a small sampling of the Dougster Record Archives. We need old trapper traps. I have a few. Okay, like trapping muskrat, beaver. Okay, you're talking about muskrat and beaver. Okay. My grandpa has over 300 of them or more, like the ones shouldn't be used and probably aren't legal anymore. I bet most your traps are going to be that big, that big, that big. At least the ones I've seen. I can talk about here, but I think it's nationally. Every county has 2 fur buyers, and then so you seek them out. So you go hunt, you go get your beaver pelts, you go get your raccoon skins, and you tan them. You get them tanned, and then you take them to the fur buyer, and then he buys at guaranteed rates. I think. I don't know if it's a guaranteed rate or not, but he buys at rate, and it just isn't profitable once you've taken the animal, gotten its pelt cured and ready to go, and then take it to the fur buyer. But yeah, trapping definitely be done. And there's all sorts of different traps too. There's like one trap, I'm going to use my 3 fingers, but really it's 4. It lays in a big plus, and it lays in shallow water. And then when the muskrat goes across it, it closes upon it. And it's able to hold it without damaging it, because I guess they're delicate. I heard now they're only worth 25. A beaver skin used to be 90 or 100. Yes. Because you have anxiety attacks? Okay. You know, sometimes facing it is some of the best things you can do, because see how long you can go without having one, and maybe it'll get less and less the more and more you get used to it. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. It is nice. We have a big ballpark in the big city north of me that they turn the whole parking lot into this big Christmas light display, and then you pay a few bucks to drive through it, but it takes a minute to drive through it, and it's actually really cool. Like it's just a big zigzag through the whole ballpark parking lot, and yeah, it's cool. They got all sorts of goofy stuff. They have like Old Man Winter blowing, and then you see the little air curls off of them, and they really use their imagination. It's neat. Anxiety is real for sure. Mhm. Your car runs off of Mexican Coke. Okay. Well, the good news is Mex could be your connection for the freshest of the Mexican Cokes for the highest octane. Just hope you like it in 16-ounce bottles. Oh no, wait a minute. You can get them up to medio litros, half liters. What's my favorite song? My favorite song is always evolving. I have favorite songs, but the one that I've been humming a lot lately is The Kings, Switching to Glide. That's actually a really good song, and actually there's a song before it, and it's played one right after the other. They go together, but the end song is "Switching to Glide" by the Kings. It's a cool song. What am I snorting? Only the good stuff. No. I seen New Guy's Guitar. Tom, what's happening? Good to see you. That We Sell Body Parts thing you did was pretty damn funny. Years ago, it was like 2003. We were headed up for the first time that I had went up north to the St. Ignace Car Show. It's a big car show. It's the biggest I've ever been to. And we were going through past Cadillac on M55, and then we get down over by Lake City, and we're going north into Lake City, and there is a street rotted out hearse, and it's like an 80 something Oldsmobile hearse, and it had a cowl induction hood on it that said "The Last Ride" on the sides of the cowl induction hood. I didn't stop or look at it or anything, but it was parked in some guy's yard. I think it was just on display, but it was sweet. I think of Braden all the time when I listen to this song. Aw, thinking of Braden. The there used to be this old record store. Oh, hey Tom, check it out. Braden wanted to see some albums, so I brought a couple of my albums out. 30 Days in the Hole. How do you go wrong with that? And Dodd's record store, and it was owned by a guy who was like a million years old, and he had an advertisement next to the register. He was selling a Goldmund turntable, and it's Goldmund, and this is like millionaire stereo equipment. This is like stuff that we can't even afford any of it. It's just insanely expensive and elite. But either he or a friend of his had a Goldman record player that was for sale at that time in the early 2000s. It was like $50,000 firm. And look up a Goldman record player. It's black and it looks like a piece of sculpture that actually plays records. And yeah, so I can only imagine what one of those is worth now. But then it was worth 50K, or the used one in working condition, 50K. I I could definitely I've got like 350 records. I also have went around the corner to the bookshelf and grabbed a couple. Then I grabbed Huey Lewis and the News. I got him the H, Huey Lewis, H, Humble Pie. they're kind of in order. Kind of. Oh, dog wants to play ball. What's my most expensive vinyl? I don't think it's that valuable. It's still cool. Okay. Lady Dougster's vote is my Cheech and Chong Big Bamboo record with the rolling paper still in it. It never got used. That's cool. Most expensive record. I have a I have a Pink Floyd Saucer Full of Secrets record that I paid $50 for a very long time ago. And I can only imagine what it's worth now. And it's really mint. And I'd say the most valuable I have two full-size EPs. One is Metallica Creeping Death in the paper wrapper, and then the other one is Jump in the Fire in a paper wrapper. And they've never been played. And they're perfect. I've got those put in a special spot. So those, probably because of all the diehard Metallica fans and it being early Metallica stuff, yeah, I think those are probably the two most valuable pieces I have in my collection. What's it worth now? I have no clue. It could probably be worth $20, or it could be worth huge money. I don't know. Hey, what's happening, Levi? Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I don't even know what it's worth. And you know what? It just makes me happy. I mean, it could be worth $1 bazillion. I'm still gonna enjoy it. Man, I could have like a 1 of 7 Hemi car and I'd still drive it. Wouldn't drive it much. I'd drive it on nice days, but I'd still drive it. Talking about albums? Absolutely. Yes. I didn't step out. I didn't bring any of the real choice stuff. I just went and grabbed a couple albums. I grabbed my Humble Pie record, and then I got Huey Lewis in the News here too. Just grabbed it. Just ended up being H who was on the end of the bookcase. I have some really nice copies of Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti. That the album looks like a hotel or a building, I should say, and then the windows spell out physical graffiti. Now, if you take the record apart, it's a big sleeve that it sits in, and then you take the record apart, and then you can fold it in the opposite way, and it goes from letters in windows to pictures, and then you can slide it all back together, and now there's like faces and stuff in the windows. And a lot of those always got janky from being taken in and out of your record collection. And I have like 3 or 4 of them that are actually very, very mint. Ooh, crap ton of polka music. Now I don't want it, but that's a good time. Good old polka music. Blue Skirt Waltz, Roll Out the Barrels, Too Fat Polka. Oh yeah, in Heaven There Is No Beer. We have a really big Polish population in Grand Rapids, and Polish Days up there is usually a really good time. All the Polish American clubs are just packed, and it's a darn good time. You're Polish? Well, awesome. I'm not Polish. I'm half German and I'm half French, but I know a good party when I see one. There's some weird music. It's my great grandma's collection. That's cool. Oh, pierogies, yes. Or glumpkies, good glumpkies, yes, yes. Or Metzka. Oh, yeah. My a friend of mine would make us custom make us pierogies. We'd help her out, and then she'd say, "Doing pierogies, what do you want?" And then Greg, he always wanted pizza ones, and then Matt, he always wanted them made this way, like sausage and cheese. And then she goes, "What do you want?" And I go, "Well, what do you got?" She goes, "I buy about everything. So what do you want?" And I just said, "I don't know. I try one of Greg's and I'll try one of Matt's. So give me a pizza one and give me a sausage and cheese one." They both were good. Oh yeah. Good times, good music, a lot of dancing. Wear shoes that slide. So, showed this earlier, but this is the frat Zog that I pulled off of a early 60s forward look Dodge. And I just, you want to move to Michigan? Hey, come on in. Chicago sucks. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. No, not come here. Oh, sorry. So I got this a few weeks ago. I buffed it up with some steel wool today. It's really shiny. Yeah, this was the grill center, like the emblem on the front of the I think it was a dart. I think it was like a 62 dart. Okay, oops, sorry. Throwing the ball for the dog. Yeah. There's a lot of good things in Chicago, but there's a lot of bad stuff in Chicago. So, Weird Al will be in my area July 3rd. Hmm. Hmm. I really like Weird Al. Hmm. Weird Al still has the Nash Metropolitan. Um, let's see the dog. Okay, Ruby. Ruby, come here. Come here. It's Ruby. Or as Dan likes to call her, the Dogster. She is a sweet girl. She is an athlete. She will run her little ever living butt off. If she was to get a tattoo, it would say "Life is ball and ball is life." We'll see him October 10th in Toledo. Toledo. I want to go to Toledo just to go to Tony Packo's. Only because of Maxwell Q. Klinger keeps talking about it. Got to go to Tony Packo's. I've been through there before. I've seen the Jeep factories. That's pretty cool. Jeep Parkway. I see. Someone's throwing the ball to me.
I did not throw it to you.
Oh, sorry. Where am I? I'm in Michigan. We give the rest of the United States a high five. You're in Toronto. That's not far away. Congratulations, your Toronto Blue Jays winning the World Series. Oh, no, wait. No, Toronto won. Didn't they? If it ain't Tiger baseball, I ain't following it. They almost won. That's right. Sorry. I forgot. They almost won. That's right. The Dodgers in the 7th. Yes. Sorry. Didn't mean to rub salt in your wounds. I apologize. You're a Guardians fan. Okay. You know, I think that they could have come up with a way better name than the Guardians. They used to be the Spiders. And I don't understand why they didn't choose to go back to the Spiders, because I think that would have been a cool logo. The Cleveland Spiders, because they used to be the Spiders. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, well, I'm a hardcore Tigers fan. Yeah, spiders would have been great. Exactly. Yeah, people are scared of spiders. Be the big wolf spider, with a big old ZZ Top beard on them or whatever. Or lean and mean spider. Yeah. Yeah. Before they were the tribe, they were the spiders. I don't know that one. I don't know. We did all right. That 18 inning game was something else, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm a huge Tigers fan, as a matter of fact. Right there. It's my Tigers ball cap. Went to in 2018, me and my coworker, we went to the Hall of Fame for inaugural weekend. Am I in Wayne County? No, I am not in Wayne County. I'm on the other side of the state. I'm in a county close to Kent County. So I'm way over by the Lake Michigan lakeshore. I'm about half an hour away from Lake Michigan. What's the difference between a BMW and a porcupine? Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo is south of me. Yep, Kalamazoo is south of me. Kalamazoo is in Van Buren. I think it's Van Buren. That's funny. The porcupine pricks are on the outside. That's funny. I don't care for BMW cars, but I love BMW motorcycles. Longest ownership, most miles driven, BMW motorcycles. Even over Honda. And Honda's king. In the next election, can we make it illegal to sell lottery tickets at gas stations? I hate lottery ticket people. Yeah. Have a good night. Bye, Cam W. Or an M1000. I like the like an R110 or an R90. at least an R75, but I'd rather have like an R90 or an R110. What's the topic for tonight? We don't really have a topic. Dutch, check out that emblem. I zapped her with the 4/0 steel wool today. She cleaned up nice, didn't she? Oh, that's a frat zog. So I've been talking to Dutch and talking about paint and everything. I want to get the front clip painted. Or not the front clip, but the engine bay painted on my on shop truck. I want to do the firewall. I want to do the inner fenders, inside of the hood, hood hinges, radiator support, the whole shooting match. So when I finally, because I want to take the front clip off, stuff the drive line into it, and then put the front clip back on, and then proceed to start doing some body work. I want to get this thing to move under its own power. Where should they sell them? Separate stores? Well, you could have it exclusively at the liquor store, but then that would really muddle up Dutch's Works, because then you'd have to wait in line longer at the liquor store. And I got my for the closest thing I got for the petty blues, I'm going to go with the factory petty blue corporate blue, which is so close to petty blue. So that's B3 blue, and it's actually it's a 73 color basin street blue, and I think in the Nason the paint code for it is AY1TB3. I'm gonna look and see what a quart's gonna cost me in Nason paint. So that should be interesting. It's also the diner, laundromat, bar, and grill. Isn't that a Confederate rail? That is a Confederate Railroad song. Yeah, laundromat, bar, and grill. You got to admit, though, to be able to do your laundry and belly up to the bar and have a couple, that'd be all right. At least it wouldn't seem like you're wasting time. There's a little hardware store in my area that they have everything. And that's all. It literally says it on the sign. We have everything. It's just your little bait shop, hardware store. They've had everything. If it was popular, like when tanning beds were popular, they got their hands on a tanning bed. You could, Thank you. My sister bet me 10 grand I couldn't build a car out of spaghetti. You should have seen the look on her face when I drove pasta. The laundromat, bar, and grill would be it. Tom's band is playing a set at the laundromat, bar, and grill from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Thank you. You're beautiful. I may just be a grumpy old man, but the lottery ticket thing drives me nuts. It's the first thing I change when I run for drain commissioner. That's where the real power is in the county. Oh, that's right. So it makes you wonder, the people who are really hardcore gamblers, so do they just get everything? So they're going to the casinos and delivering their pay, at least half their paycheck there, and then state of Michigan's got to get their share, so a bunch of lotto tickets and a bunch of scratchers and pull tabs and yeah, and then what I really love is all the commercials on the radio for sports gambling because it's legal here in Michigan. And one of my favorite things is they always talk about winning. You're just a win away, winning. At any second, you're going to be winning and getting some serious cheddar. No, you're not. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Lady Dougster said best gambling problem. Call blah 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 blah. It's funny. Faith is back. Welcome back, Faith. So it's weird. Like last winter, me and my friends went for the buffet. The buffet, it was crab leg buffet at the casino, and it was $60. 50. It was $55. Was it 55 or 60? It was 55. No, it was $60. It was $60 for a buffet, and I really didn't feel that I got all that much for $60. And anyways, besides that, we went and walked around the casino, and my friends threw some money at some machines. I made like $13, and we people watch. And the first thing you notice is people go to the casino to relax, right? That's what you hear. Oh, I go to relax. That's my me time and all this other stuff. People don't look relaxed there. I'll tell you that right now. Everyone looks all tense and brows furrowed and just sad. Where's Braden? Is he still here or did he fall asleep? I don't know. He might have. He might have fell asleep. I don't know where Braden is. Haven't seen him in a minute. But on a serious note, I went to a certain dairy farm last week on a weekend, night at night, and seen a bunch of lights. Oh, yeah, there's Braden. Cool. Welcome back. Never doubted you, man. No, that I don't understand. But okay, to each their own, I guess. There we go. That's better. Ooh, it's sitting almost normal. Don't have the gangster lean going on. Yeah. I thought Braden fell asleep. She's worried about you taking a nappy poo, Braden. It's not nappy poo time. So I've got the battery box off of Shop Truck. Well, I've had the front clip dismantled for a while, but I got the inner fenders down in the basement. I have the battery box down in the basement, and I already hit everything with 80 grit to rough it all up, and then look into some paint and primer maybe here soon. Of course, all this is going to happen after Christmas. Ho ho ho. And then I need to get a couple transmission parts. Actually, I need a spring for the ball that actually holds the rooster comb, that actually holds the shifter in gear. I lost one of those springs, so Cope Racing Transmission is going to send me one of those springs. And then I want a deep sump filter extension because I'm running a deep sump pan for my 727. It's chrome and it has a drain plug. It's an El Cheapo. I think it's Speedmaster. But I gave like $20 for it. The day I bought my truck, I bought that pan for $20. I might buy a stud kit. Fun fact, a stock 518 pan is a deep pan. Okay, I'd love to do 518. If I had a small block, I could do a 518 cheaper. A lot cheaper. Yeah, I like 518. That's my ultimate transmission is I want to do a 518. Reverse manual valve body with lockup on the switch. Overdrive lockup. Oh yeah. But the transmission I'll build first is I'm going to do a lockup 727. Love a 518 for my 340. Yeah. Yeah, the 518 would definitely be nice. Does anyone really know why they never put? Yeah, I don't understand that either. Oh, old school mechanics would make their own. It wouldn't be that uncommon to see transmission pans that look like they've been through wars, because what the mechanic would do is he'd just take a chisel and just knock a hole in the pan and then let it drain. And then they'd come back and do their service work, and then they'd just hammer the hole flat and braze it up or whatever. So yeah, it wouldn't be that uncommon to see a rashed up transmission pan on a car. Bashed and welded, bashed and welded. You had a Gatorade. Awesome. I didn't. So you got mine. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't put the drain plug in those things. It's a big pain in the butt. So yeah, really excited. Even though it's a crappy cheap pan, it's got a drain plug, and yeah. Main Street Mopar, what's happening? Yeah, for the time being, I'm running well, I got the first CRT shift pack. I won that before you could buy it. And then over the summer, I rebuilt the whole valve body for my 727 and installed the shift pack. And then I'm missing a spring. I'm missing an extension, filter extension. So I'm pulling right off the bottom of the deep sump pan of my 727. And I've got a mystery converter that I bought used, and I'm going to send it. Whatever it does is whatever it does. And if it doesn't go far, oh well, I'll build another one. If you happen to come across an A-body clutch pedal assembly, yeah. There's somebody else that's looking for an A-body clutch pedal assembly too. Yeah, it's a big pain in the ass to hang a clutch pedal in a first gen Dodge. You got to pull the dash to do it because the pin's way up in behind the frickin' dash. Want to change the filter at every change? Absolutely. Have 9 clutch pedal assemblies in stock for F-body. Yeah. Or the F-body. You should do one of those F bodies up and call that the F bomb, just like what David Freiberger calls that Camaro of his. Okay, I'm gonna go fill my water glass. Be right back. Oh, and put these records away. Talk amongst yourselves. God, you always make a bloody mess too. Faith, my sister made that for me in like 2014 for Christmas, and it's plaster. It just she was hanging out with some people that would get all these. She could order raw ceramic castings. This thing looks really impressive and heavy. It's not. It's light, and for the longest time I was afraid I was going to break it, and then I never used it. And then one day I just said, you know what? She wants to see that if that thing dies in action, she'd much rather see that than me put it on a shelf. So I've been using it for years and years and years. I'm filling my water cup off of the fridge. No, I'm not going off camera. Nice and cold dihydrogen monoxide. All right. Is that toilet flushing? No, that is not. That's me getting water. Is he getting water or piss? 85% water. That was funny what you sent me the other day, Cope. Coperino. Cope Racing Transmissions in the house. Your foremost authority on all things Chrysler automatics, from 727s to 904s and beyond. He has a transmission dyno, kids. Beat that. Hey, Cope, you're going to dig this. Check out my Fratzog. I polished it today. This is off a forward look Dodge that we pulled out of that yard I was telling you about. Yeah, just buffed it with some steel wool. Give you an idea how big it is. Next to my hand. Yeah, it's the center, it's the emblem off the center of the grill. Steve 10 times in a row, holy wah. Oh, it's Hulk Hogan. Brother. Yeah, Cope would know. Cope, I think she means in factory pans. Why doesn't the factory offer drain plugs? So you save that for when you pull the pan off anyway? Being low on ATF is the same as having a high stall converter. They wanted to, I knew you were going to make that argument. Yeah, you can add a drain plug. Yeah. I mean, I've heard of Chrysler saving a penny a car and or a half a cent a car, and that was like awesome. Cheaper is cheaper. He's got a point. They didn't want Walmart to drain the wrong fluid. I worked at a let's see that puppy dog. All right, Ruby. 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 Hi, there you are, honey. Hi. Hello. No, come back. Come back. Okay. Ruby, come here. Ruby. Let's try that again. Ruby. Ruby Red Squirt. Come here. Hi. Stay here a minute. Stay here a minute. Okay. Limited. Okay. You sort of got to see her. Come here, Ruby. And yes, her full name is Ruby Red Squirt. A red sighting. Yeah, she's a crazy little hound dog. She pulled a muscle in her leg last week. We were really concerned about her. She was walking around with her left leg tight to her chest, and she still wanted to play ball, even though she was hardly using her left leg, which I thought was strange. But she favored it for like a day and a half, and then everything was fine again. Weird, but okay. Why are you so concerned with Braden falling asleep? She's a beast. Oh, she's like 40 something. I also have driven the Swepty everywhere since and had zero issues. Chalking it up to bad luck. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucked. So I'm going to tell the story. I haven't told it yet. So we intended to go to the top secret junkyard in Dutch's, I think it's a 69 or a 70 swept line Dodge short box. It belonged to his grandpa. And so I get there, and he's got the truck pulled out, idling. We got to run over. Call out to Braden, Doug. Maybe your voice will wake him up. All right. Calling Dope Ass Braden. Dope Ass Braden, please come to the phone screen. Faith wants to see you. Calling Dope Ass Braden. Please come to the phone screen. Thank you. So the swept line's running and he's warming it up, and I've never rode in a swept line Dodge before, so that was pretty cool. And then we jump in the truck. He goes, he says, I gotta run over to storage and I gotta grab something, and then from there we gotta go get some fuel and we're good to go. And we get down the street to storage, which isn't that far away, and pull in, shut the truck off. He gets what he needs. We jump back in it, we light her up, and we move the thing probably 60 feet forward, and blah, 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 blah. And I just was goofing off. I said, there ain't no gas in it. And he goes, I think that's what's wrong. And that's exactly what was wrong. We ran it out of fuel. So old Dutcheroo, quick, he walks down the street. There was no gas there at storage. So he walks down the street back to his house, and he shows up with his pickup. And we ended up taking the pickup. And then after we got all our stuff done, pulling parts at the yard, we went back and got the truck twisted up and brought it back home. I got to drive Mrs. Dutch's pickup. It's pretty nice. Well, it's not working. I didn't roust dope ass Braden. Ain't nothing but a hound dog, barking all the time. I don't know why I call all dogs hound dogs. So I'm hoping that all the Nason paint that I'm going to be buying isn't going to be all that expensive. Nason's and no paint's cheap these days, I'm sure. LKQ bought out Finish Master nationwide. LKQ Finish bought them, so now it's Finish Master by LKQ, and then or there's just LKQ Finish. So I guess I'm going to be calling them to get some price quotes here soon. And then there is a place I like to go to for paint that's over at an auto parts store in Byron Center. And then there is, my friend was telling me about a place out in Zeeland, but I don't know if I'm going to drive that far for paint. You smell nice, babe. I like it. Lady Dougster's getting ready for work. I worked nights for over 20 years. No, she doesn't want me to end the live stream and get some sugar. She's going to be headed out the door here in about 15 minutes. Dutch says, I do smell nice. Thank you. You're welcome, Dutch. Yeah, man, Dutch didn't waste no time. The nice straight bumper that I found on that one Sweatline Dodge at the top secret yard, man, like the next day, or maybe even later that day, Dutch had it stripped and painted and thrown back on the truck, and yeah, it really, really looks good on the truck. Evo. Yeah, Dutch has got got healers like I do. He's got some gorgeous ones. The all white one's pretty cool. Yep, she's playing fetch. She is a ball catching machine. Oh yeah, the radio delete plate. Yeah, that's right. That was not fun taking out. I think it was painted. No corn chips at Gordon's. What do you do? Gordon's, like Gordon Food Service? No corn chips at Gordon's. What do you do? Find corn chips? Grape Fritos? Yep, low line trim packages were all painted bumpers and grills. Yeah, that was a painted bumper. It was nuts because those things are they cut them all off right behind the cab, and so it's just the frame rails, the cab, and the front clip, and drive lines and whatever. And oh yeah, we got those frat zogs. We got frat zogs that go frat zog. We got little ones of these that go on the bottom of the roof of the cab, like right where the door handle is. Like you could probably put your thumb on it. If you had your hand on the door handle, you could probably touch it with your thumb. We're in the shop working and listening. Welcome, Buff Del Campo. Welcome, Kim Fixes Things. Good to have you here. Buff, check out my frat zog. Buffed it out with some 4/0 steel wool. Buff. Buffin'. Cut and buff. Bufferoni. One step ahead of you, babe. All I was hoping for is a DIY crack for dechroming. Sand it off. Rough it up, paint it. Where will that go? Maybe it'll be a decoration because I'm thinking about making my lead propulsion device room also my office. So that could be a wall decoration for the shop or for the studio. So we'll migrate from here back to my office, my lair, my dungeon.
When? Soon?
I've got to find a desk.
By next Monday?
By next Monday. That should be your. What did it come off of? It came off of an early 60s Dodge car. I think it was a Dodge No, it was a Dodge 880. It was a Dodge Coronet. I think it was a Coronet 880, 62 or 63. It was a forward look car. It had a big block in it. It had 4-bolt valve covers on it, so it was an old big block. Hey, Dr. G, that should be the Christmas tree star. Hey, babe, can this be the star on top of our Christmas tree?
We don't put up a Christmas tree.
We should. We have one.
I know we have one.
We skipped out on it last year. I was kind of hoping we did it this year. I know it sucks.
I'm pretty sure I put one up last year, and you know who didn't put their decorations on it? You.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That was the year before.
Whatever. So what's the point?
Hey, Dougster and all. Hey, I have been watching Cope's videos taking the upcoming sale, I believe Friday to Monday. You need to check out his website for sale items. Everything's on sale except for converters and PPP shifters. I believe Cope for the win. Yeah, that's right. Black Friday through Monday, Cope Racing Transmissions is having I think it's a 15% off sale, and everything's on sale at Cope's except for torque converters and PPP shifters. And so, yeah. As a matter of fact, shameless plug. Ladies and gentlemen, for all your automatic Chrysler transmission needs, please call John Cope at CRT Racing Transmissions. There you go, kids. Remember, demand the best. CRT. Will Miss Dougster say hello to us?
No.
No. That's Lady Dougster. And the California Patrol had Dodge 880s. Yeah, it's a big forward look car. I really like it. If it was in better, if I had another one, I'd definitely get as many parts off of as I could. But it was way rotted. Dutch had pointed out that the hood hinges had rusted, and the hood had sat open for so long, and the hood hinges had where the hood mounts, the hinges mount to the hood itself had rusted away, and the hood was down.
Feel the thunder?
That low band apply is on point for autocross. Yeah. Yeah, low band apply is one of the things that I really like just because it's a better engagement. Low band apply, drag sprag, yeah. I am from Michigan, where we give America the high five.
I started the Toyota today.
Oh, you did? Sweet.
Good thing.
Was she dead in the
It was
door
rough.
knocker?
No, I didn't have to charge her or nothing. But she was grumpy about it.
Oh, she was grumpy about it? Yeah, in the wintertime, we don't drive our Toyota. We've got an 07 Camry, and we don't drive it in the winter because it has rust, but it has a little rust, but it's still such a nice, presentable car. Crete? Crete. Rome? I think that's Rome.
Jerome?
I don't know. Where's Crete?
Crete.
Crete. C-R-E-T-E, Crete.
Is that a place in Michigan?
I don't think it's a place in Michigan.
I have no idea.
Crete, Michigan? Greece. Greece. Okay. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Colleen for the win.
It's code for Greece.
It's the best island of Greece. Ah, now I'm understanding. Isn't everything whitewashed and it's in around blue waters and it's a fishing village and stuff like that?
Taking that one outside.
In 1997, unfinished project, first off, 777. In 1997, the Honda Valkyrie could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.4 seconds at a top speed of up to 130. I've done a buck 35 on like buck 37 on my Valkyrie. Yeah, she's fast, but a Triumph Rocket 3 is faster than a Valkyrie, because Bikes and Beards take your wife and come here and stay forever. Maybe when I retire. What, 187 on a CB 1000 RR? That's a lot of Honda. Mrs. Dutch is going to be rocking a Charger RT for the rest of the winter this year. Then I'll chop it in the spring and gonna body swap one. Cool. Half pint for sure. Yeah, I absolutely adore my Honda Valkyrie. It is a lot of fun. I've got to change a few parts on it. I think that I have to take the rear drive shaft out of it, and I might have to replace it. I'll have to check the threads and clean them and maybe grease them, but if they don't pass inspection, I'm getting a squeak out of the final drive, and it doesn't look like fun. Mazda or Toyota? I like Toyota. The Valkyrie is a Honda motorcycle. I did 7 miles an hour on a Honda 70. You can call me Mr. Speed. Yoda drive? A Toyota. A Toyota. I met this man in the Dagobah swamp, and his name was Yoda. Y-O-D-A, Yoda. I don't ride my '03 Volusia very much. Best in class. Yeah, you pay more for a Honda, always. Out of all the Japanese brands, Honda's the most expensive. But then again, you're also getting a Honda. I mean, other than a few pieces and parts, my bike has 50,000 miles on it. It's a 1997, and it's mainly general maintenance. I'll have to put some fork seals into it. And Colleen, as always, thanks for being here and helping me out and being part of my Blue Wrench Brigade. I appreciate you. As always, have a great evening. Bye. But, I mean, just a little bit of piddly maintenance. Do Chinese brands overpass Japanese? Currently, no. But I will say that I am seeing signs of the Chinese quality coming up. So it's at an upward trend. The Chinese was making some stuff that really wasn't that great. And it was always Japanese quality, hands down. But I've noticed that it's not up to Japanese standards, but the Chinese quality is starting to come up. No, Japanese for sure. I mean, there's a reason why everybody wants a Toyota. There's a reason why everybody drives a Honda. Oh, Ruby's getting a treat. Ruby's getting a treat. Treat time. We got that on camera. Nice.
Oh boy. Don't get much more exciting than that right there.
Remember, everybody, CRT Black Friday sale from Friday to Monday. 15% off of everything in stock at coperacingtransmissions.com. Please hold for a message from our sponsor, which is CRT. I'm just messing around. A lot of American mechanics say that the Mazda is both with Toyota and Lexus on top of reliability. There is, Buff Del Campo had a little Mazda that he really liked, and fortunately, he took really good care of it too. It met an early grave, but I think Buff was pretty happy with his Mazda. Bye, babe. She's off to work. She's off to do stuff at night. I haven't Mazda rotaries a little bit I've seen, but I haven't really had a lot of Mazda experience. My friend had a Mazda pickup that was essentially a Ford Ranger. And his sister had a Mazda Navajo. What's a Mazda Navajo? That's a Ford Explorer with different earrings. And then Orv, a friend of my dad's, he worked for a chain of dealerships, and he had an Isuzu Pup that was an S10. I didn't even know they still made Isuzu Pups. And instead of buying an S10, he bought an Isuzu Pup because it was less money. Still got a new truck for less money. Same dang truck, less money, because it was an Isuzu, not a Chevy. After Ford connection, well, see, Ford's been in bed with Mazda for a long time. GM had Opel. Ford had Mazda, and Chrysler had Mitsubishi. Seen a vast difference between me and a coworker today. We had to grab something from my shop. We drove the Challenger today. He was confused as to why the 22 Ram was outside and the 69 inside. Wow. No, I actually work shipping and receiving for a food company. I load tortilla chips on trailers all day. So, but I do enjoy wrenching and all things mechanical. So actually me playing mechanic is kind of like my hobby. I like all sorts of stuff. I like paintwork. I like polishing, metal polishing. Like this is just a quickie metal polish I did today on this, and boy, that turned out nice, didn't it? And no, I just kind of just duff around mechanically. I like motorcycles. I'm usually the wrench on, if my vehicle breaks, I'm usually the wrench. I got to do a power steer pump on my Ram. That's not going to be that bad of a job. Just trying to save a buck and have a little fun along the way. I'm building a 92 Dodge D150 pickup, short box, two-wheel drive. It's going to get a big block 413 engine, tunnel ramp, stainless headers, ABS2 carburetors. It's going to be nice. Someday. Yeah, I don't understand. There's no way I'd leave the 69 outside. My best hobby is to take care of my scooter, change the oil, etc. That's right. Oil changes on time every time. Yes. If you can stay up on the maintenance, everything else is easy. And it's a Honda scooter, so it's going to last a good long time. You take care of it, it takes care of you. Is it belt drive? It's probably belt drive. Can't beat a Honda. The Honda Super Cub, there's a change the oil at 2,500 kilometers and already 120,000 kilometers with zero problem. That's great. 120,000 kilometers with no problems. That's awesome. He asked me how much the 69 is worth, and I said, why would you park a 6,000 truck inside and a 40,000 truck outside? I immediately knew he didn't get it. Yeah. Well, he doesn't know the attachment to it, and he also doesn't understand that how hard it is to come by good swept lines. He doesn't know. That's awesome that you've put that much miles on that Honda with no problems. That's Honda. That is a Honda. I mean, for the most part, just everything that I've done to my Valkyrie in less than, I didn't even put 50,000 miles on it yet, still at like 48,000. And I had to put a water pump in it. Um, Put a water pump in it. I cleaned the starter switch. I may have to do that again. That's not fun, but it's a job you need to do. Um, I oil changes, of course, and a couple sets of tires, and I did brakes all the way around it. New pads all the way around, and fresh brake fluid in everything. And yeah, just general maintenance. I also have a Mazda 2 with 650,000 kilometers, zero problems, 2 with oil intervals also at 8,000 kilometers. Sounds like you're right on top of your maintenance. That's excellent. That's excellent. I mean, if you stay on, I cannot believe I've gotten into cars and then you look at the oil change sticker on the dash or on the windshield and your eyes bug out of your head for a second. You're like, they're 25,000 miles over on an oil change. Even though, like the Wix XP filter I buy, it says good for blah, blah, blah oil change intervals and 10,000 mile oil. There's no way that I'm ever going to run. Even if the oil says it can support that duty, I'm still changing it at like 5,000 miles, 6,000 miles, just because got to get the crap out. The oil is the blood of the car. I 100% agree. It is cheap. Yep. I got hooked onto my old Scoutmaster. He lived in town and his practice, he was an optometrist and his practice was on the other side of town. So all week long, he'd drive his station wagon that I ended up owning from him, this big 83 old station wagon. He'd just drive it short trips across town. So in lieu of that, he always changed the oil in that car every 2,000 miles and he was religious about it and had it done by the local service station. And that thing had a service record on it as long as your arm. And that thing had almost 300,000 miles when I got rid of it. And that old 307 ran great. And so that actually made me a believer of the 2K oil change. So I used to do 2,000 mile services on my 96 Jimmy. Speaking of which, Dutch and I seen one just like mine. Same body style, color scheme, trim package, everything stacked up on top of cars at the top secret yard. Like, wow, it was actually a decent looking vehicle still. I don't want another GMC Jimmy. At least not a S10 one. I hated the front suspension of that thing, the steering. It just had this really wandery front end. No matter how much work I put in the front end to make it better, it just wandered. It just steered horribly. Yep. Yeah, I agree. So I was doing 2,000 mile services. My neighbor, I thought it was a waste of oil. He used to change the oil every 1,000 miles on his late 90s Silverado. And his truck, he was one of those guys who was meticulous on maintenance and washing it and everything. It was a darn good looking truck. And I was hardly I thought I was a little extreme at 2,000-mile oil change. He's like, no, I change it every 1,000 miles. Wow, that's expensive. Engine's got to be clean as a whistle inside, because the more often you change it, the cleaner the oil's going to be. What I've been doing on some of my oil, on my oil change now, is I pull the drain plug, I let it drain as long as it'll sit and dribble, and then after it's dribbled a good long time, I'll take a half quart of fresh oil and dump it down and let it run through the engine and wash out some of the crap that's still at the bottom of the pan. Hopefully take some more of that shmoo with it, and then I'll perform my oil change. I wish I had the money to where I could just do like a cheap oil change and a cheap filter, run it for half an hour, and then just perform and do my actual oil change. But it's kind of expensive to do for half an hour. I want 500,000 miles with my PCX for a Guinness World Record. Haha, I like it. Maybe once you get your Guinness World Book of Records, maybe you have to drive to the pub and go get a Guinness to celebrate. There is a guy who bought a new motorcycle in the spring, and he's been riding it 1,000 miles. He's a veteran, and he's doing stuff for veterans, and he's been riding it 1,000 miles a day every day, and the bike's already got Crete to Michigan for a PCX scooter. You have a fine specimen like the Richard Petty race truck. New oil would make it blow up. It's a green vehicle that runs off of used oil and recycles it out the tailpipe. I'm actually new oil make it blow up. I actually have I'm from Michigan, United States. I actually have a pretty cool idea that I'm going to take a small block Chevy oil pump, and I'm going to make a transfer pump out of it, and then I'm going to weld a fitting on the end of it, run a couple hoses off of it, and power it with a drill. And I'm going to run a filter housing, and I'm going to get a 5-micron spin-on filter for it. And then I've saved up a bunch of my used motor oil from oil changes and Lady Dougsters also. I'm going to filter all of that to 5-micron. And then that way I got, as a early birthday gift, I got, we're not going to talk politics. Let's make hot rods fast again. So I'm thinking I'm going to filter that with that system, and then I'm going to run the filtered oil with diesel in my new diesel heater that I got for my birthday. We got a nice heat source in the old shopperoo. Oil filter, NGK spark plug, and your engine, she is immortal. You know what? I gotta agree. I love NGK plugs. They're the most forgiving spark plug I've ever dealt with. I've had, like, Champions are the most unforgiving spark plug there ever is. Like, you flood out a Champion, I don't care if it's brand new out of the package. If you flooded it, 9 chances out of 10 it ain't coming back. And replace it. But you can flood an NGK. Like, I learned NGKs were awesome from snowmobiles, because that is like the gold standard of snowmobiles is NGK spark plugs. Like, I'll bet you everything 2-stroke in Dutch's garage is burning an NGK spark plug. Densos are good. You should go back on my channel, and we did the tune-up on Lady Dougster's Toyota, and you should see the Denzos we took out of that thing. They could have been original plugs. They were in there a very long time. The porcelain was cracked on plug 1, and a lot of the gaskets had failed. So where the metal is that actually threads into the block and the porcelain where those two pieces meet, if you see a brown ring around the base of the porcelain, that means the internal seal of the spark plug has failed. And that's exhaust gases escaping around the plug. So that's a sign to replace your spark plug. I have genuinely NOS Honda plugs, or that's what they identify as in 2025. No accountability. A lot of the stuff was NGKs. A lot of that stuff is NGKs. Yeah, those Denzos were absolutely hit. And yeah, we threw a set of spark plugs at it, and Lady Dougster was, because she how many miles kept your spark plugs? I think those spark plugs are original, and that car had over 210,000 miles on it when we threw plugs at it. And I think those are original Denzos. Those poor things. They look like they had been to Hades and back. They seen some stuff, man. I mean, now how long will I run spark plugs? I'll run them the service interval. Your Hemi's on the stand. Oh, the one that you took out of the Charger? Thinking turquoise? Ooh. I was really thinking turquoise too, but then I was like, no, I'm not going to do turquoise because my truck's going to be blue. So a turquoise engine in a blue truck, I thought I'd have too much monochrome going on. So I went the other way and went Hemi orange. So I'm going to do the engine. All engine components are Hemi orange. And I'd like to probably reach out to a YouTuber and see if I can't buy a set of Moroso gold anodized big block Chrysler covers. Because if those will clear the roller rockers I got, I think that gold would look good in contrast to the Hemi orange. Iridium edgy case. Yeah, I've been actually I've had some Bosches. I've been putting Bosch double platinums in I have an 07 Ram. I've been putting Bosch double platinums in it, and they're okay spark plugs. When Northwestern Auto Parts went out of business, I made some really good friends with those guys. And I ended up buying a Hastings piston ring oil filter catalog rack, just like the old sit on the counter at the dealership. And I got catalogs for it too. And so I was buying that, and there's 3 guys there, Lenny, Gene, and Ken. And they all put together a little care package for me. If I bought that catalog rack, I got all this other stuff too. And Ken got me a bunch of Hastings piston ring stuff because he knew I was a piston ring guy. And my opinion about Wix oil filter, those are my favorites. Win with Wix. My favorite oil filter, Wix. And one of the things that I had gotten from my friend Gene was 176 Champion spark plugs for big block Mopar. So, hell yeah, there's a bunch of copper core plugs, but I've got like 22 complete plug changes there. That's awesome. I know most low profile valve covers won't clear. Usually Moroso are direct replacement for stocks. I'd get direct connection aluminums and have them powder coated. Be one of a kind. Direct connection tappets would be cool. Just a chrome set of direct connection tap. I don't know if they're genuine. I purchased one was $6. That's all I use now is Wix filters. Used to be you would get you could buy the Napa Gold filter, the black Napa Gold filter, and that was a Wix with a Napa sticker on it. But I believe the Napa Gold has now moved on to something else, and it's no longer a Wix. My friend really likes, they're that funny green and yellow something and man. He really likes those filters. He buys a lot of those. Gets them at like Advance Auto. It's the only place I ever see them. But yeah, I'm always Wix. Everything gets a Wix. Like back in the day, Rotella oil, man filter. Yeah, I think it's man filter. Or something in man. Man filter. No. It's like two names. Yeah, I used to put Rotella in everything. That was my Frank's Red Hot sauce. I put that crap on everything. Okay, lights out. Lock the door. There. Yeah. The only reason why I'm not running Rotella Mall, no, I can't think of the Mall is engine parts. It's like something in man. The filter boxes, they're green. They're a funny color green and a funny color yellow. I can't think of it. But yeah, definitely a Wix. Back before I really understood good filters, I used to run Fram. And people like, oh, I would run a Fram, and I'm like, I've never had a problem with a Fram, and I never did have a problem with a Fram. I will say that. With green box, man filter man with green box. Yes, that must be it. Okay, yeah. My friend likes those. He buys those a lot. He's a Volkswagen diesel guy and a Cummins guy. He likes everything diesel. Yep, with green box. Yeah, green box, yellow writing, I believe. Wix for the win, for sure. Win with Wix. The old auto parts store, they had Wix cartridge oil filters that were purple. I never realized Wix had purple as their color, and it had the old winged big cartoon balloon winged W for Wix on it, and it even had two little grab handles in the top so you could haul it out easier. Yeah, Rotella for sure. Everything I run Rotella in my motorcycle, but you got to be careful on motorcycle because Rotella for motorcycle with a wet clutch is only Rotella 1040. Wix is an American company. I don't know. anymore. They used to be, I think. I think they're foreign now, but they still make a hell of a product. What actually made me a believer was I watched an oil filter teardown video. The guy tore down a Napa Gold, a Wix, and a Fram. And then he took actually opened them up like a soup can, took the internals out and showed you all of it. And then he took the filter media and cut it off of the caps, if there were any. And then he actually took the pleats and he stretched them out and he showed you how much pleating, which is your actual filter material. And I mean, a Wix, first off, the Wix had cardboard caps. Now I understand now that they have good, better, best options in Frams. So you've got a cheapo and then you've got an expensive one and a mid-grade. So I think they've switched up their filter game. But the one that I seen had a piece of cardboard glued to a piece of cardboard and then the media in the middle of that. And then they instead of having an actual relief spring, all they had was a stamped steel widget with 2 legs in it. And thanks, Evo. And it was just its anti-drain back valve wasn't very well made, and just it just eked of just bad quality. And then they tore apart the Napa and they tore apart the Wix, and then it had like 2.5 times more filtering media. It had steel caps on both ends of the filter. Like if you buy a cartridge filter for older Hondas, like my 79 CBX has a cartridge filter, and so does my 72 CB750. And when you get a Honda filter, that's the media with stamped caps. Just it's better made. And I mean, I would always buy genuine Honda filters for cartridge. And then for spin-ons, it's always been Wix. I have a whole Charger front and rear subframe. You should weld it into shop truck. Man, how many bikes and cars do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 motorcycles. I have a 97 Honda Valkyrie daily driver motorcycle. I have a 79 Honda CBX, a 72 Honda CB750, and I have a 92 Dodge short box 2-wheel drive pickup, and then I have an 07 Dodge Ram daily driver. And that's all the vehicles that I have. Lady Dougster has we have a Toyota Corolla or Camry. We have a Chevy Avalanche, and we have a 73 Volkswagen Super Beetle. That's Lady Dougster's car. And if I was to buy another motorcycle, I want either a first generation Goldwing, like a 1975 Goldwing, or a that I want to strip as a naked bike, or a Kawasaki KZ 1300 liquid cooled 1300cc inline 6, 130 horsepower factory. Quite the brute. My CBX is only like 105 horsepower, but it sounds so much better than a KZ 1300. Here in Greece, it's unbelievable to have over one vehicle. But yeah, I could see that. I mean, your scooter's more than enough, more than enough. Those are rookie numbers in this lot. You got to pump those up. Yeah. Well, I don't have the big awesome shed like you do there, Dutcheroo. If I was to ever add on to the Wolverine Garage, I would just do an extension out east. And I think I'd add like another 10 feet to the shop. That'd be great. And then have a door like 10, 15 feet out that way. Just extend the back wall out. And then maybe have a garage door, third garage door going out the south side. 650 Kawasaki RS. Retro in green color. I don't know about the Kawasaki RS, but I'd say second on the food chain. Like Honda is king, and I would say Kawasaki is second on the food chain, but Kawasaki has always been the performance brand. Like Honda can make a hot motorcycle, a fast motorcycle, but Honda tends to design more towards vanilla, kind of middle of the road, keep everyone happy. And we're Juan, what's happening? Just assume male superiority and park on your neighbor's lawn. That's what I do. Right. Oh man, it's after 2 hours. Honda are wonderful motorcycle. Depends on what you get. For the most part, Hondas are good. The last Honda that I ever had that was actually problematic was the VT750 that we had, and that was just the fault of the electrical system on the bike. Other than that, that bike was great. Oh, the V-Storm 650? Yes. Suzuki's are good. Yeah, but Kawasaki's usually makes the fast stuff. Like Kawasaki was making a 750 four-cylinder motorcycle, but Honda, with their legendary "shh, don't tell anyone anything," covert skunkwork operations, they dropped the CB750 and it turned the whole motorcycle scene on its ear. So then Kawasaki just hung back, and then they started getting information. What do you like about your CB750? What don't you like about your CB750? So they all can make a super fast bike. That's true. And so Cowie actually had hung back, got some information, and then they come out with the Z1, which is a 900cc inline four. Some more cubes, way more power. Yeah, quite the bike. Honda is the queen of moto. Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Dino, we have New Zealanders in here. Are you talking about past motorcycles like 20 years ago or something? No, all the motorcycles I talk about are in my garage. I'm no poser. I got the iron. Oh, the motorcycles I'm talking about. This is in the past. No, well beyond. This is like 50 years ago, Juan. What I'm talking about is 50 years ago. I see what you're talking about now. Honda Ambassador Dougster. That's right. That's right. I'm a Honda ambassador. Sekiro Honda would be very proud. Lawyers in the barn. Try a motorcycle. Guys, I'm having a really good time. Unfortunately, I got to go to bed because I got 2 more days of work and then we're off for Turkey Day. Ghoul Wrangler. Ooh. Yep. No, usually Danny Boyd would be the time. Speaking of which, we have not seen the Danster. But I'm going to pull the plug on it. And it was great talking with all of y'all. Always having a good time. Cope, I can't pronounce your last name. It was great meeting with you. Uh, I will wait for you in okay, I'll be right over. It was really great, guys. So let's be like the Beach Boys and let's get together and do it again. So be here next week, same Dougster time, same Dougster channel. Bye everyone.